welcome to another episode of Darkskies. Recording live from Los Angeles, California. Welcome. Mass shooting. Yeah, a lot of information coming in as we speak. How everybody doing today? Oh God, just horrible news coming in from Florida. What can I say? First of all, welcome. You're listening to Dark Skies, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. I'm your host, LC Grace. Got Mike and Alex in the building, Jim's here, DJ's here. We're all looking at this information, you know. We got just information coming in, files and information and news and just everything on this mass shooting, you know, in Florida. It's, I don't know, horrible. Okay, I'm just gonna jump right into it. We have news coming in from Florida on a mass shooting, and basically they're saying you've over 50 dead in an Orlando nightclub shooting. And, you know, we're getting pictures coming in, we're getting information coming in on Twitter, we're getting the news medias reporting on this. Governor Rick Scott, Florida governor, of course, says that this is clearly an act of terrorism and should be taken very seriously. Americans should be very angry. Information being updated on news websites, Fox News, ESPN, ABC. Of course, Dark Skies, we covering it live here in Los Angeles. I don't know, it's just horrible news. But here's the information. It says the shooter or gunman name was Omar Mateen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the last name correctly, but Omar Mateen. And it said he was the gunman. And so was he it says he was the security guard, so is that correct? We're getting so many different reports, and I'm reading so many different reports. Oh my God, it's just horrible news. But anyway, it says that the suspect was on the FBI's radar and was suspected of being an ISIS sympathist. So they had been watching this guy, but obviously not close enough. And it says that Omar was the gunman who opened fire at a gay nightclub in Orlando, killing at least 50 people. Two law enforcement officials told CNN, as well as other news media, that 29-year-old suspect was known to the FBI and officials, and 100 of the people on the agency's radar are suspected to be ISIS sympathizers, according to two law enforcement officials. Now, they've been watching this guy. I'm not sure for how long, but he has been suspected in the past of being a sympathizer for ISIS. In other words, possible person who could be enticed into acting, on feelings that, could be, brought on by, anything that's happening in the Middle East or, abroad. So, what sparked this shooting, I'm not sure. Information is, like I said, sketchy at best. But still trying to find out, what caused this, or was it any type of, spark, any jump off point, what was the boiling point? What caused, this guy, because I don't know if he was a security guard at this particular club, or if he was a security guard somewhere else. I'm still trying to find out. Here it says there was no indication that he was plotting to carry out an attack. That official said investigators haven't found evidence yet to show that the attack was tied to ISIS, or according to officials. So maybe he did it in the name of ISIS, or maybe they told him to do it. Who knows? I mean, we're still trying to find out. Obviously, in the picture he has a cell phone, so I'm pretty sure that cell phone should be, very interesting. Trying to, man, the FBI should be trying to get their hands, on that cell phone, because, in the pictures that they got circulating on CNN website of Omar, has him taking, selfies and pictures and stuff with his cell phone. And I imagine there's plenty of videos and stuff on it. He was working at a nightclub, they said, so they should be trying to get their hands on any type of video evidence, that night or past nights, and try to get an idea of this guy's behavior, a psychological profile on this gentleman. But anyway, they say he was killed by police from Fort Pierce, Florida, and officials said that the gunman was armed with a handgun and an assault rifle and an unknown number of rounds, Orlando Police Chief John Mina told. So obviously, if he had a handgun and an assault rifle, he has to have some type of planning. So some type of planning goes involved when you purchase something like that. You get the ammunition and you train, and then you actually carry out an attack. So that just shows, some type of premeditation. So law enforcement source told the media that Matei worked as a private security guard, and he rented a car and drove to Orlando to carry out the attacks. So sources say that the FBI team and local law enforcement are working to clear Matei's apartment. So where was he? Where did he stay? Let's see, federal law enforcement said that that agents are going through his apartment with a bomb squad and investigating materials there. So they're going to be looking for bomb making material. Well, in these cases, they're always, afraid of, finding a bomb. So, it makes sense for the bomb squad to be involved. But that doesn't mean that there's actually bomb making material there, or there was actually a bomb there. But, you just want to err on the side of safety, of caution. So police are also in the process of clearing the suspect's vehicle van outside of the nightclub. So that's the vehicle I guess he rented. So this is crazy, you know. We can learn a lot from these situations, but we never can seem to learn enough, you know, to try to counteract or prevent or stem the tide of some of these mass shootings that we're having across the country here in the United States. So our sources revealed that some details about the suspect is coming out today or this morning. Authorities weren't yet ready to release the suspect's name officially, even though his name is all over media outlets and said social medias. So in response to questions on whether the shooter may have connections to radical Islamic terrorism, FBI Assistant Special Agent in Chicago, in charge, Ronald Harper, said that investigators are looking into all angles right now. So possibilities of connections between the shooter and ISIS is definitely going to be kept on the table. They're going to investigate this guy's past, going to dig deep, look at his family's history, try to find out exactly, you know, who he was in contact with and who was possibly influencing him. So let's see. According to the FBI, we do have suggestions that the individual may have leanings towards particular ideology that we say definitely may connect him to radical Islamic terrorism. So, when asked by reporters, authorities were quick to point out that terrorism rather than a hate crime. Hopper said details would be revealed later. Obviously, it was a hate crime and an act of terrorism. So, it really doesn't matter which one you call it. It was both. So let's see, early on, when we had the possibility of identification may be run everything to the ground, and whether it winds up being the actual individual or not. Let's see, so I mentioned earlier, I can't exactly say who the suspect or the deceased shooter was. So that's basically just talking about. He didn't want to identify the shooter till they knew exactly who he was, and they were investigating at that moment, and didn't want to release the name to the media, who already had the name anyway. So basically, pictures circulating all over Twitter, CNN, Fox News, ABC, of this horrible situation, and of the shooter, of course, Omar. And just reaction from just this horrible event. It's just, I don't know, it's just really been a lot to take in. Really bad stuff. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and get into some of our reactions and try to see if we can get some of these pictures that we've been receiving posted on Twitter, and see if we can spark some discussion and try to find out just exactly, you know, what can be done and what's going to be done. So we'll see. So let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Check it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Girl, love checker 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm talking about me and you. Memories in my head, all about you. Hey. So baby, please come back to me. Shorty, you're my world, and I miss you. Hey. So baby, please come back to me. Hey. That was then, hey. This is now. You never heard again. No. Hey. And that's my vibe. No more hanging the streets, no more late night creeps, no more, blah, 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 blah. I know I hurt you, whoa, I never meant to know. You know I love you so hard to let you go. Since you closed the door, I can't breathe no more. If you don't come back home, then girl, I'm dead for sure. Memories in my head, all about you. So baby, please come back to me. Memories you never heard again. No, hey. And that's my vibe. No more hanging the streets, no more late night creeps, no more, no more. Blah, 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 blah. Always up in the club, flossing and drinking, running the block every night with my crew. Girl, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I realized that I was hurting you. Whining in the club, I was whining in the club, whining in the club with her. Oh, I was whining in the club, I was whining in the club, whining in the club with her. Until you busted me. I know I hurt you, whoa, I never meant you busted me. You know I love you so hard to let you go. Since you closed the door, I can't breathe no more. If you don't come back home, then girl, I'm dead for sure. Memories in my head, all about you. So baby, please come back to me. Memories in my head, all about you. So baby, please come back to me. Oh, shorty, you're my world, and I miss you. So baby, please come back to me. I heard you, but that was then. This is now. You never heard again. No, and that's my vibe. No more hanging the streets, no more late night creeps, no more, no more. Blah, 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 blah. Memories in my head, all about you. So baby, please come back to me. Memories in my head, all about you. So baby, please come back to me. Oh, shorty, you're my world, and I miss you. So baby, please come back to me. I heard you, but that was then. This is now. You never heard again. No, and that's my vibe. No more hanging the streets, no more late night creeps, no more, no more. Blah, 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 blah. Memories in my head, all about you. So baby, please come back to me. Memories in my
Oh yeah, you're listening to Darkskies live from Los Angeles, California. From the Bay to LA. What's up, San Jose? Oh God, man. Reactions is coming in, of course, from Orlando and all around the world as everybody start to react on what is clearly of act of terrorism and just a horrible situation. And of course, every time mass shootings happen here in America, you have gun advocates coming out against having access, or Americans having access to guns, as if this is a gun issue. And of course, this is more of a problem with a certain person's ideology and the carrying out of just mass murder, So we in America, as well as around the world, have always been basically hostage to the ideas of the person who is holding the gun, and the feelings of that person at that moment. What are they going through? How they feel, what are their ideas or ideology, and how will that ideology affect people that are around you. Now, of course, anytime you have a person in a situation where, they plan to hurt as many people as possible, and they're planning it, and there's no way of seeing it coming. They purchase these weapons. I mean, it's legal to purchase these weapons. It's not legal to actually go out and kill people, of course. So, it's kind of a double-edged sword. The same laws used to protect, an individual's right could also be used to circumvent laws or to gain access to weaponry. And, then the mass shootings, we've had so many of them, and it's hard for anybody to understand why, because you have to understand each shooting is different. You can't just group them all together and say, look, this is the one reason, and if we do this, then all mass shootings will stop. If it was that simple, then, then we probably would have figured these things out a long time ago. But it's not that simple. So it comes up to what do we know about each individual situation? What can we do for, these people that are feeling like, they have to do things like this, that, killing as many people as possible is the answer. I don't understand how that could possibly be the answer to anything, but, you don't understand what that person's going through, so I bet I just have to figure that understanding the mind state of the killer is the best way to try to understand how to better prepare, prevent, or understand exactly what's going on, because mass shootings are just, they're more than a learning experience. They're devastating. And it's, nobody seems to be looking at the overall picture. And the overall picture is that, if one person's hurting, I think it's worth, trying to find out, where the pain is coming from, who's causing the pain. So many times we look at the many, the greater good, and we forget about the individuals. And each person is their own island. And I don't know if there were any signs with Omar, or if he even had friends, or if he had family, or if he had anybody who probably could have seen this coming or seen him heading in this direction. I don't know. And then if you do see it, what are the options? What's there, for a person who wants to help, an individual who seems to be slipping down a dark road, or be preparing to do something this horrific. And, you don't know if they're going to do it or not, but maybe you can just see something or feel something. What options are in place? Do you pull this person to the side? Do you try to stop? Do you call a hotline? I don't know. What do you do? Call the police? And if you call the police on somebody who hasn't actually did anything, I don't know. And then the FBI said they was watching this guy. Well, in the end, how much, how good is watching? What do you get out of it? Is it just information gathering, or are you actually, trying to put yourself in a position where you can actually prevent anything from happening when it comes to, people of interest, or people that are on the watch list, or people who are suspected to be sympathizers? Because, you don't want to wait till after this person acts. Because a lot of cases, it's suicide attacks. So once it's going down, it's it. So it's not like you're going to be able to catch this guy and talk to him about what he did, or try to get any type of understanding or psychological profile from a living suspect. So it's, a lot to deal with there. You left with a lot of unanswered questions. So it's crazy. And that's just to say the least. So, like you said, you want to take another break. You want to take another break? Okay, we'll take another break, and then we're going to come back and continue with our reactions to this horrific shooting down in Orlando, Florida nightclub, with was obviously a terrorist attack, and reports are coming in from all over the place. So we're reading and following this situation. So please stay with us, and thanks for listening. You're listening to Darkskies live from Los Angeles, California.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began.
You know we started.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
I'll tell you.
When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong, and what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Don't let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
So, our prayers go out to, the families of everybody affected. The story we've been covering, be listening to Darkskies Live, is the horrific mass shooting. 50 dead after terror attack in Orlando nightclub. And shooter in Orlando, just shaken by this horrific situation, and this whole situation just leave Americans just scratching their head. I mean, Obama as well as presidential candidates react to this horrible shooting. And of course they said Obama's being briefed on the latest details of the investigation, and of course people in my community are sending information in saying that not only do they need to figure out what happened here, but this could be the first in a wave of attacks across the country. So keep it in mind, be careful, and in clubs across the country that, this could just be the beginning. So You never know. You don't want to find out, that, that, you don't want to be in a situation like what we're going through right now. So please be careful when you go out. Keep your eyes open, and please be aware that, this may not be the end. It just may be the beginning of things to come. And like I said, I don't have no information on that saying that, there are more possible attacks. I'm just saying that anytime you have a situation, it could be a combo attack, or it could be multiple attacks planned, or maybe all of it is just not, just haven't happened yet. So we don't know. We're just trying to keep our eyes open, keep our options on the table, and we're trying to learn, and we're trying to make sure we can save lives, as many as possible, because, in the end, life is most important. And I just wish everybody would see that and could understand that better. So our prayers and hearts just continue to go out as we react to this horrific situation. And of course, Governor Rick Scott say Americans should be angry. But it should be more than anger. It should be, sadness. It should be, the whole gamut of emotions. Because anytime you have a situation where you lose this amount of loss of life, and so senselessly. I mean, just because of the ideas of one person, how many lives have to be affected? It's so selfish. But at the same time, we are learning. We are trying to find out what's going on, because the ones that are left have to put the pieces together, and, we have to make sense of it. So, trying to understand what happened, trying to prepare for possible future attacks, and, trying to keep our eyes open and stay safe. We have clubs all across the country, all the way from Chicago, New York, LA, down in Texas, just to name a few places. Probably want to be on guard and have your eyes open a little bit as you go out there and you party and you enjoy yourself. So, yeah, we in a learning process as we circle the wagons and we begin to try to gather information, and can just only hope to learn more about this shooter, his ideas, and who he could have been in contact with, or was he just acting alone? That when they say sympathizer, they try to separate you from the fact that of what you're doing and who you're doing it for. So, it's all the same. So we just don't look in one direction. You got to look in all directions. You got to look both ways and around you, up, down, and try to, like I said, give yourself a broader perspective. So we're going to continue to follow the story, and if we can, we'll get back on and give you some updates as we get them, and especially if there's some major updates. So once again, mass shooting in nightclub in Orlando, Florida, that's shaking, the hearts of Americans everywhere. And it's just, just want to say here at Darkskies, our heart and prayers go out to all of those affected. So, like I said, continue to follow us, and we're going to do our part and continue to follow the story, and also try to look ahead and try to see if we can, see if anything possibly could be coming. But anyway, this is where we at now. So, thank you for listening. I'm your host, Elsie Graves. Martin Lights on the building, James in the building. Once again, our hearts and prayers go out to all those affected. Horrible situation. But, like I said, those who are still here, those who are left are always left to pick up the pieces in order to gain a better understanding, in order to broaden our perspective. So, once again, thank you for listening. I love you all. From Los Angeles, from the Bay to LA. What's up, San Jose? Listening to Darkskies Live. We gotta find a better way to express ourselves or try to, make change